Oh, I was pissed. I still am. When you mess with my city, you irritate me.
Housing finance corporations, they're supposed to be entities that create affordable housing. I got a story today from CBS News Texas that says otherwise. Let's check it out.
Tempers are flaring as cities all across North Texas lose out on millions of dollars in tax revenue because of deals that are being struck in faraway cities and small towns. And these deals allow apartment complexes, some that have been around for decades, to get away with paying zero taxes while the rest of us pick up the tax slack. And it's all in the name of affordable housing, though critics say that there's no real guarantee that these deals are providing any of that. Our I-Team's Andrea Lucia first to report on this a year and a half ago. Here we are yet again because this thing has really blown up of late.
Yeah, big time. Developers are in this mad dash right now to get these deals done. Cities have been begging the legislature to put a stop to so-called traveling HFCs. Essentially, they say a legal loophole has made it far too easy for apartment complexes to claim their affordable housing and get out of paying any taxes at all. Some cities have lost millions, and developers, they're trying to cash in before it's too late.
I think it's inappropriate at best. It's underhanded.
Arlington Mayor Jim Ross is furious over a deal he says has cost his city and other local government entities more than $1.7 million a year in tax revenue.
So, a couple of things. Just because someone tells you what you want to hear doesn't mean that it's going to happen. Case in point, housing finance corporations. First of all, let me say this. I'm not saying all housing finance corporations, but the one that they're outlining is ethically not right. Legally, doesn't seem like they broke any rules. They found a loophole. A traveling housing finance corporation. Anytime you have a builder or investors, you got to understand they're looking for a return. And what better way to get a return than not to have to pay taxes? That's one issue. Secondly, as you'll see as we move forward, are they really providing affordable housing? That's the question. Because big corporations or entities or investors, developers, they're always going to find loopholes and pass the buck off to everybody else. Let's keep moving.
It all started late last year when Ross says TDI, a Dallas-based real estate developer, approached Arlington's Housing Finance Corporation, or HFC, about getting a tax break in exchange for a pledge to make the Jefferson North Collins apartment complex affordable. When the city declined, the developers traveled 6 hours west to the small town of Pecos with a population just under 13,000 and got its HFC to approve the deal instead. Under Texas law, HFCs created by cities or counties can buy properties, exempt them from all taxes, and then allow private companies to own developments on them. The general expectation is that they do it within their own bounds to create housing for low-income residents, for example. But a little over a year ago, we first discovered the Cameron County HFC down in Brownsville approving deals all across Texas.
This is crazy, man. Let me put it in perspective. That's equivalent to somebody coming into your house from another city and eating your groceries. You know what I'm saying? And you have to continue to buy the groceries for those folks to eat. A lot of you all think that someone is going to look out for you. Buyer beware. Okay? And here's the deal. It takes taxes. There's all of these videos out here now where folks are crying and lamenting about taxes, and things are up. Don't get me wrong. But it's because of things like this. And you think someone is going to come and build all of these apartments and do all of this stuff because they care about you. Not so much. They're getting tax breaks. They're making money. You just don't know how. And again, here's the question. Are they making the homes more affordable or less in price? Nobody knows because you can't track them.
Small towns like Pecos have since adopted this traveling HFC model as well, operating far outside their boundaries. Pecos' HFC only became active in October of last year when the town, looking for solutions to its own housing issues, decided to revive it.
We need to be innovative in finding ways of subsidizing or housing authorities.
In the last 4 months in North Texas alone, it's approved more than a dozen deals in Dallas, Fort Worth, Arlington, Grand Prairie, Louisville, Irving, Rowlett, Haltom City, and Azle, taking more than $500 million worth of property off the region's tax rolls. Pecos gets paid by developers for every tax break it signs off on. What was your reaction?
It caused my blood pressure to go up.
I bet you it did. Did you hear that? Did you see all of the tax revenues that have come off of the city of Arlington's books because you got a city that's 6 hours away, found a loophole through a entity, a structure that was created to help those that are underserved. They're not trying to help you. I'm trying to help you. Here's the deal. You got to make more money. You got to be more productive. It's just what it is. Because as you can see, someone's going to find a loophole to help the rich get richer. And I bet you he was pissed off because he's running the city, right? You got roads, police, firefighters, EMS. I bet you all those folks that are living in those places are using those services that they are no longer getting the revenue for. Crazy, but ingenious as well.
My first question was, what in the world are they doing? What makes them think that they know better than the city of Arlington what this community needs and doesn't need?
But in a letter to Mayor Ross, the Pecos HFC's executive director wrote that it aims to provide housing options for Texas's essential workers that are often found in the missing middle of the housing affordability spectrum.
You've been paying about $1,600 for a one-bedroom?
Yeah, with all the amenity fee and everything.
Rika Zahara, who lives at Jefferson North, shared an email she received announcing the complex would now be offering select units through the Attainable Housing Program, designed for individuals within the area median income. News that she assumed would mean lower rents for lower income neighbors.
Did they tell you how much the discount was?
No.
The email, though, never mentions the complex is lowering its rent. And under Texas law, it's not actually required to. It only needs to ensure half its units are filled by tenants with a household income of about $88,000 or less.
Crazy. Area median income and affordable housing, two different things. But they always hit you with what you want to hear. We're looking out for you. Essential workers, or whatever they said, right? Whatever the buzz term is. We're looking out for the kids. We're looking out for the minorities. That's what they say, but you have to watch what they do. There's no way to know, and sounds like she's paying regular rent to me. If you're making $88,000 in that MSA or that area median income, you could buy a home. What a lot of you guys have been taught to believe is that it's impossible, it costs too much, you can't handle it. But the more affordability gets out of reach and you're left beholden to these folks, do you think they care about you? Do you think that they're worried about your affordability? The fruit is on the tree. Actions speak louder than words, right? That same area median income can be used for you to purchase your own home. These renters, they're paying a tax in that their rent is going up.
It also doesn't mention what it's getting in return.
They're not paying any taxes now. They got out of all of their taxes, 100%.
Oh, I don't know that. That is another thing we have to think about it, because no paying at all?
No tax.
100%?
We have to make up for that somehow, some way.
Mayor Ross says cities could be forced to raise taxes on the rest of their residents or cut spending on public services like street maintenance and public safety.
The audacity of them to do these deals with either developers or with investors who are coming in and buying this stuff simply for financial gain is ridiculous.
Cities like Arlington are now turning to the state legislature, where Representative Gary Gates has led the charge for HFC reform.
In hindsight, it's going to be one of the greatest frauds put on the Texas taxpayers.
Hey man, I'm going to leave it there. I'll leave the link in the description so you can watch the video. Here's the deal. He said it himself, one of the biggest frauds in Texas history. Anytime you hand everything over to someone else expect to get got. They want you to own nothing and like it. Not trying to be an alarmist. I'm just showing you what I see and showing you how these folks are moving, right? Per the law, they don't even have to disclose to you what's going on. Had it not been for this investigative reporting, you would have not known about this. Renter, homeowner, you got to start participating. Go to the city council, find out what's going on. Developers, they trying to develop their pocket. They're not looking out for you, trust me. So here's the deal. If you still want to buy and you've been on the sideline because you're nervous, this is what you have to do. You have to reach out. You can have a conversation. It's free to talk. The next step is you have to apply to see where you really stand. Get all of the myths out of the way and see if home ownership is something that you can afford. And if it is, I strongly suggest and advise that you do so, if and only if you can afford it. If you're ready to move forward, but you just don't know how to come together with the money for all of the closing costs and down payment, check out these Texas down payment assistance programs over here. Talk to you soon.